It's just too close to call. I've thought about it long and hard, and it's just too close to call. In an effort to plumb the depths of political meanness and irresponsible, it is just hard to choose between Tucker Carlson and Laura Ingraham. First, they became our nation's leading anti-vax quacks, making their specious arguments against life-saving COVID-19 vaccines and sowing doubt among their viewers, who were literally putting their lives at risk because of the lies that these two individuals are spouting. And now, they are creating a braying chorus focused on defaming the police who defended this building on January 6th. Their mockery of the bravery of the Capitol DC police, who risked and some lost their lives in the January 6th situation in this Capitol building, is cowardly and shameful. It took courage for the police to face the Trump mob. It takes no courage for these Fox talking heads to belittle these officers. It takes no courage to practice their well-worn smirks reacting to the bravery of these policemen. It's hard to imagine reading a press account of what they said yesterday and last night about the hearing that took place. The things that they did. Ingraham gave the best performance in an action role to Washington Metropolitan Police Officer Michael Fanone, who during the testimony recalled fearing he'd be shot with his own gun. Ingraham said, and I quote, "Well, there was certainly a lot of violence that day, but it wasn't a terrorist attack. It wasn't 9/11. It wasn't the worst thing that ever happened to America. It wasn't an insurrection." And then Tucker Carlson, responding with a smirk to the footage of Fanone telling the hearing he'd experienced post-traumatic stress disorder. Throughout the monologue, Carlson piled onto his previous claims about the violence just being a, quote, political protest that got out of hand. First the vaccines, now defaming the police. This is irresponsible from start to finish. I would ask those at Fox Network, not exactly my friends and allies in politics, to show common decency and common sense. Common sense when it comes to these vaccines, which we know if more people were vaccinated, we wouldn't be facing this resurgent need for masks and fear of this new variant. And common decency when it comes to the men and women in uniform who risked their lives for this building, this Capitol, this democracy, and this government. Certainly there's freedom of speech, but let's hope that good sense will dominate this discussion over at the Fox Network as to whether these two ought to be allowed to continue their rant.